Am I live yet?
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning. If you are tuning in from my region, United States of America, and good afternoon, good evening, good night to everyone. If it is Sunday, it is another exciting day with one global movement, a movement that is focused on helping, uplifting, educating others with a focus on the youth, particularly the young woman. Especially, this is Women's International Month. As we continue to celebrate, it is a wonderful thing, even though it is good to celebrate the woman, the child, every day. But to really give that special attention a whole month to the International Day of the Woman, it is something that is so important for us to uplift, especially our young girls. We are so happy to be here. We thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us. This shows how important it is for us to come together to begin to do things for one another to uplift humanity. We are here today in the studio with the one and only Mr. Collins Manna, our special guest for the second time, the very first person who blessed this occasion. He's here again today. Please open your ears, take your pens and your papers, take down points. This is so important. It is going to help. It is about O Bless, which is the topic of the day. O Bless, as you know, is the foundation of unpassive. It is the foundation of unpassive. If you don't know, we need, that is how important it is. He is here. He knows the discussion. He knows what he's talking. He's a technical man. He knows. Listen and take down notes because we need this kind of education so that we can begin to move forward as things are moving forward with us. I just want to thank you again so much. Thank you, Divina, for the beautiful graphics. Thank you, Auntie Lynn, for always working in the background. Thank you, Collins, for always receiving our calls and questions. And thank you, John Barilla, for helping. Thank you, Briddy, my co-host. Divina is not here today, but she is also working at the background to help us so that we can talk smoothly today. And towards the end, I might have to sneak out. Please excuse me. I am out of state. I might have to sneak out so that I can take the taxi and rush to the airport and get home. Without further ado, Mr. Collins, the floor is yours. Let us listen to what Oh Bless is all about. Thank you.
Thank you, sis. Thank you, everyone. Just it's great to be here again. Today is a Sunday. You know, it's a great day. You already know things are really moving very fast. If you're in unpassive, there's every reason for you to be happy because we're counting maybe days for us to see our one and only O Connect in the OES where we can play with it, feel it, and enjoy it. But that said, we are here today because of O Bless. The main topic is O Bless. Why O Bless? Why is O Bless so important in unpassive? You know, we'll look at why Mr. Ash Mufara even decided to create something like this, O Bless. So what is O Bless? O Bless is a product in unpassive. We all know it's a crowdfunding application where, you know, not only the founders, but donors will come in, participate, you know, to raise funds for a good cause, for humanity. It's about humanity. So when we look at humanity, we know, all right, because, you know, as I always said, it's not a handout. Oblate is not a handout where you just give it and go. It's about uplifting humanity, make people to stand back on their feet so they can be able to be useful in the society because they are still alive, they are breathing. Now, when we look at Obless, one of the good thing about Obless is 100% of the money contributed for the cause will go for that cause, that the purpose that the money was contributed. That's the beauty. Not like any other crowdfunding where some percentage are being taken and sometimes you can't even meet your threshold and you can't even do what you've decided to go in for, embark to raise funds for. But the beauty about unpassive, 100% of the funds donated is going back to the cause that it was designated for. Now let's look at the step why Mr. Ashmufara decided to create this, because it's the only IT company with crowdfunding application. That's one of the biggest IT company, global IT company with crowdfunding. When we look back at our CEO, you can really tell why, because he is someone who gives. He believes in giving,
Yes.
because he knows there is a profound joy in giving than receiving. So he looked at it and said, before on passive, he has been doing, humanitarian charity work. We know this man, he believes in God. There is something you cannot take away from Mr. Ashmufara. He believes that there is a high power, that hovers over on passive. And we remember he asked before God, if this is what you want me to do, to build something like this, show me the direction. He didn't do it out of his own power, but he knows this is something that is right and it is good to do it. And the first thing that came in his mind, it wasn't the digital solution. It wasn't what we are hearing. It was about blessing others. So when he sit back and look at the whole thing, he has been doing charity work with his family, the wife, they go out, they bless. He said, how can I replicate myself? So he said, all right, I will go in and build a solution where founders can come. Those who see the vision, I really like the way Mundih always put it. Those who see it from their heart, not from their eyes. When you see it, you must see it from your heart. They said many are called, but few are choosing. I always look at Unpassive in a way. I said it was something without beauty. Nobody saw the beauty in Unpassive from the beginning, because it was just by the word that follow me, I will take you to the top. If you believe in me, come, and I will take you to the top. That was the voice of Mr. Ashmufara. So people believe from their heart without seeing anything. I think 2018, people said they just heard it, they saw it. It was just a recording message from Mr. Ashmufara. So they believe in what it was about to happen. But Mr. Ashmufara was thinking about replicating himself for humanity. That what if I bring 1 million people and they can replicate, do what I am doing, the world will be a better place. I cannot change. He said, I cannot change the world. I can change somebody's world. I cannot change the entire globe, but I can change somebody. I can make impact on somebody's life. And that's why I look at Oh Bless as the heartbeat of Unpassive, or the mother or the father. We are talking about Women's Day. I said this is the mother of Unpassive, because it is about blessing and blessing and blessing. Because what good would it be if you have a company driven by a humanitarian like Mr. Ashmufara, and we cannot replicate ourselves? Oh Bless is not only the application, but it starts from each and every founders. As a founder, the moment you come in, if we look at the message of Unpassive, I want to give you time and financial freedom to do what? Why do you need time freedom? Why do you need financial freedom? So you can have that time to go and bless others. The time is for you to create time. So Unpassive is coming, one, to give you that time freedom and the financial freedom. He said, fill your tank, but what will you do with the excess? That's Mr. Ashmufara. The excess is about blessing. And I always said, if Mr. Ashmufara was thinking about putting money in one point, building, bring founders, put money in their pocket for them to go and sleep, I don't think Mr. Ashmufara would have even embarked on this journey. Because he said, I want to bless you so you can be a blessing to others. That is all blessed. If we look at what our brother Chris Johnson, I always call the father of all blessed, he started doing it. And Chris Johnson has been doing it before even joining Unpassive. With the homeless and everything. And what really triggered Chris Johnson to come into Unpassive, it was because of All Bless. He says every time, All Bless brought him into Unpassive, because he said, if I can have this, put it in my hand, and then make what I can get to put it back into the society, the world will be a better place. All Bless start from us, the founders. From us, we are the blessing. Sometimes when founders come and ask, why I'm waiting, why should you wait? Do something. Start to put your list down. How many people are you going to bless when you start to receive? Because we said there is profound joy in giving than receiving. And I like what Ms. Ashfra always said, I want to live this world in a better way than I came into it. Then I always twist it again. I said, in life, from the day we were born, we will leave a footprint. Everybody will leave footprint. But what type of footprint do you want to leave? Do you want to leave a bad footprint or a good footprint? This is about blessing now coming, because people will be remembered, as Miss Alpha always said, not for what they own, but for what they give. Not how much you have in your bank account. They will not remember you for that. But the impact you will create on humanity, that is what you will be remembered for. And this is all blessed. We are talking, if you embody all blessed, it's looking about blessing and blessing. Miss Ashfufara replicate 1 point something million, 1.4 million founders. It's not by accident. Those who see it from their heart, I believe they will do a lot when it comes to that time where you will be blessing. This is the time for founders to sit, not to think about when, but start to make your list and said, how will I take care of anything you want? And don't wait to say when the crowdfunding will come, I will go and write you must lead by example. I will write a project for people to throw $1. No, you are a founder. You must start by leading by example. Go out with what you have, start to do the work. Where you get tired, that is when God will open the door for you to write and say, look, this is where I've stand. Like the guy in Kenya, he started building schools. He never waited for unpassive. And when he got stuck, push it to Creation and say, oh my God, I cannot roof it. And Creation said, this is what we need to do for children. He never folded his arm and said, I'm waiting for all bless. He started. So yes, we need to start. Even if you don't have anything, no money, nothing, start to make your list and say, when it comes, what will you do? Don't think when the money is there, but start to think now, because Ms. Alfara said it is a done deal. The moment you are in unpassive, you will win. You've already win. Everybody who is in unpassive is a winner. There is just no way you will fail in unpassive. The only way you can fail is only when you get out. Like the saying goes, it's only when you stop trying, that is when you fail. But when you keep on trying, you are not a failure. You just learn lesson from your mistake and you grow. But when you said, I will never try again, then that is the day you have failed. 100% you have failed because you refuse to try. So this is the time where founders, each and every one of us, we are all blessed. It is not the product. The product is a symbolic thing to aid us to do that blessing. The product itself cannot go and bless. But we will use it as a mechanism to bless others. But what type of blessing do we want to give? Is it handout where you give them food today, you give them tomorrow? No, you teach them. All bless about teaching, empowering. Young people, you can empower children, you can empower schools, you can save somebody's, when there's natural disaster, you can bless them. But when you bless and you remove them from that natural disaster, how do you take them again up so that they can be on their feet? That is all bless. You make someone not to depend on others. You said, all right, I want to give you this tax so that you will not depend on others. There are people I would think like, if I look at you struggling, instead to give you handout every day, I will give you a reseller position. That is blessing. I can pay for a reseller position. And I said, I know if I give you that reseller position, it will change not only your lives, but your family life and the generation to come. That is blessing. That is all blessed. Teach people how to fish. Don't fish for them. Don't give them fish every day. Educate them. Like what Sister Yvonne said, educate young children. Bring them up. Teach them. And there will be a blessing, because once you bless by educating, before you give them, you educate them while you are doing that, so they can be able to bless others, not like take it, go and sleep. Because Miss Ashford showed us and tell us, not like forcing us, but educate us. And I thank God that on passive take this while, so that we as well will learn, and nobody can say from the time you follow this journey, you've not learned something. For those who have not followed the journey of unpassive, they've missed the big joy. The joy of unpassive. If you didn't follow this journey up till now, and you said, I'm waiting when the apples will come, you have missed it. You've missed the joy of unpassive, the beauty of unpassive. You will never get it again. You will never ever get it again. So I will leave it there, sister Yvonne, if you want to take it out.
Thank you so, so much.
The
Thank
Briddy.
you, Mr. Collins. That is the more reason why we just love to bring you here. And I know that you're being pulled all over, but we're not going to stop because I don't see who can say it even better than you have said. And you're going to continue because what you have just said here is what we're going to continue to talk on in all of our own passive family. Because if we don't get this ideology of blessing and other people, we will get it the wrong way because I bet you there are a lot of us who don't know what we're going to do. We're just being excited what old bless is going to give to us. It is not about giving. You just paraphrase something there that I've always been talking about it that Marty Digamo said. The blessing that you're going to give is not taking your eyesight to see it. You see it in your mind side. That means you're seeing it in your heart. That means it is something that comes from within you that you are so passionate about that you want to give. You want to give because when you see things according to your eyesight instead of your mind sight, you judge people according to their appearances. You start competing and comparing. You start hoarding things and keeping for yourself. The greed sets in, the comparison sets in, the me sets in. But when you see things from your mind side, which is your heart, which is your soul, now you begin to say, what can I do for myself enough that it will allow me to be able to do it for another person, for my family, for my neighbor, for my community? Why not for the world? Because this is what Mr. Ashmofara has been doing. He started it long before he even introduced all of us founders to this company. He was working behind the scene. Like you said, he will go out there and volunteer to help people, giving them meals. Because if you don't eat, I don't think you can understand anything. You can even talk. He's been doing that. And this is a man that has worked in the corporate world. He knows what he's doing. He could have just said, you know what? I am going to go back to the millionaires so that they can join me so we form this company together. But what did he do? He said, no. People are hoarding money. They are exploiting people with product. They are doing things that are not okay. I would rather go to the common man. And the common man, it's me and you. And the common man is not just common. It's a person that is it's rich with good things. Sometimes they don't know how to do those good things, but through your teachings, through the teachings of Ashmafara, through the teachings of people like Mati Digamo, the father of Oblast, Chris Johnson, and other leaders out there, they will begin to know that, oh, I thought I was good enough, but not enough. Now I can go one more step to do something. Just like you said, Mr. Ashmafara said, he cannot change the entire world. Nobody can. Nobody can, but you can change one life. When you change that one life with the right tools, the right mindset, that one life will take that gift and also try to. It becomes a ripple effect. I do it for you, you turn around and you do it for another. We all come from different background. We all come from different upbringing. We all come from different orientation, different kinds of education. We were created with different gifts. We need to search deep within us, deep down within us, and see what is it that I really love to do with this gift of Obless coming to us. So I focus on that and I do it to the greatest of my ability, regardless of what, regardless of who. And we want to meet people at the level where they are. We try to nurture them, help them, to teach them, because a lot of us, all of these things are new to us, especially if we are talking about the technical aspect. We are learning. But if we're teaching these people, meeting them where they are without judging them according to their appearances, we will do more better. Like yesterday, as you know, I was graduating. This lady kept taking pictures of me, taking pictures, following me all over. But since I've learned not to judge people according to their appearances, I was just being grateful. I was grateful to this lady. I said, this is one of the ladies that I will bless, because what she is doing, people might look at it as though it's something that is simple, but it's not simple. That is something huge. I am going to extend a hand when on passive, when the O Connect comes along. Those are the kind of people. Come to find out, she took me out for dinner. I found out that she is this business owner that is helping her community. She is all about community. And now I introduced on passive a little bit. She went straight to the website and she was reading. This is the kind of help that we need. This is the kind of oh bless that we need to bless people, not just doing it for ourselves. Oh, because nobody knows tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised anybody. We are here today. Tomorrow we might not be here. We hear it every day. Why don't we live the very best life right now as we are speaking? Speak the best, teach the best, love the best, because we don't know tomorrow. We don't know. It's happening every day. You hoard the money you put in your bank account. Oh, I'm the richest person on earth. No, you're not. Nobody is the richest unless you become rich when you are of service to another person. You have to be of service. Set aside the division, the divide, the fight. This is not time for it. We need to be of help and blessing to another human being, because when you do that, you're doing it to yourself. It comes right back. Because whatever energy you give out there, guess what? That is the kind of energy that is coming back to you. Some of us might have the positive energy. That is exactly. I have experienced this kind of blessing, this kind of goodness a lot in my life. Because if I was raised from grass to grace, it was not only by my parents alone, not by my mother, not by my grandmother alone. It was by the action, the blessing of a community. It is so important to me, and that is why I want to keep learning from people like Collins, learning from people that can teach these things, because we need a constant reminder. We are human beings. We can deviate from what oh bless is actually all about, what we are called to do as humans, and deviate and go our own ways. So we need a constant reminder, and I am so grateful that when O Connect comes, O Bless is here, the other products are here, we're going to keep teaching, because our CEO said nobody gets left behind. Nobody. It's not a certificate or that somebody has, or I am this, I am that, I am a doctor. No, no, no. It is what comes from our hearts. Nobody gets left behind. We have to hold the hand of every founder so that they should know what they are doing, so that in turn, they will hold the hands of the world that we are already exposed to. That is so important that we do that. We have been called to serve. The scripture, I'm sorry, that is the book that I grew up reading. I am not so gospel. I'm not a very good Christian, but that is what I grew up reading. The scripture says, speak up and defend the rights of the destitute, the disabled, the abused, the homeless, the hungry. Speak up and judge righteously, and do not judge according to what your eyes see. Speak up. Speaking up is not just speaking up, you have to speak with action. Speaking up with action to actually put these things to work. We were created for greatness. We were created. Everything has been given to us. Look at, if we're talking about oh bless, oh connect, oh academy, oh woman, oh all everything, this is how God appears to us. I can just go crazy when I think about these things. God appears to us through people like Ashmafari. He's like one of the saints that have been sent to transform humanity. He sees the sufferings in the world, and he could have just kept this thing to himself and built this world for himself. But he says, I want to share. Who has ever in your life, I'm saying this because I've tried a lot of businesses and I've lost a lot of money, thousands of dollars. But who has ever brought this kind of business to us? $97? $97. Who does that? We don't need to take this lightly. This is something that we need to put our hands and heads together every single day to really think about this, to pray about it, to ask the Almighty, who, whatever you call Yahweh or Ngwe in my dialect, is what we need to be doing to ask for that light, the way, what can I do? Lord, You have given me breath today. What can I do today with my breath? What can I do? Should I pick up my phone and call to find out? Oh, is Auntie Lynn okay? Oh, is Collins okay? Oh, can I, if I cannot reach my CEO because he's too much, he has too much to do. While you and I are sleeping, he is there working without stopping, without stopping. Mr. Collins, you know, we know our background. I know I come from Cameroon. You too, you come from Cameroon. Briddy does. And Angeline, you know, even right here in the United States, even in the United Kingdom, we see people suffering every day. Some are sleeping under bridges. Some don't have food to eat. What can you tell our people who they don't really understand the concept of oh bless? I know you've kind of mentioned about it, but it's good to drive it home because if I'm coming from Cameroon in this little village called Ngwe, and I want to educate, uplift, and empower youths, particularly the young woman, what can I do to start? For me, I know that I can start molding sun-dry blocks because if I don't have the money to buy cement or to do the cement blocks, I can start doing sun-dry blocks, which is what I'm doing already. What can our people do to use your environment? What can you tell them? The concept of oh bless is not what we are thinking to go and grab money to or oh this is what I'll be doing, just taking money. No, the money is not going to be that. We need to know what they're going to do. What are you going to do with that money? Can you really drive this home? Because a lot of people that I hear who are founders, they are misinterpreting this concept of oh bless, thinking that is something that they can just go and grab money and do whatever they want. Can you please talk about this again and again? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sis. Yeah, really, you rightly said it because I've heard that too. You know, most of the founders, they are the one causing the biggest confusion when it comes to unpassive. Sometimes when they speak, I ask myself, do you really understand the concept? Even when I'm saying something, sometimes when people drive crazy, like they're not getting the point I'm passing, I said, did you really understand what I'm saying? Because the truth is, people don't ask questions. If they said no, you need to ask why no, yes, why? Because it's only that why you can get the right answers. So people just, when they heard about oh bless, some people just, they've taken upon themselves. A lot of founders, even some of them, they call themselves leaders. They feel like it's a charity. If I don't sign this document, money will not be disbursed. They think like money is somewhere. And that's why I make that statement. Oh bless as a crowdfunding application is a tool. It is not a bank. It is not where the company or the corporate store money for you to come and write a project and then you can receive it. Remember, it's a tool, and this tool will be used by founders, non-founders. There are people out there who has the money to bless, but they don't know what to do. There are people who are not founders. The money, they have millions, hundreds of thousands. I've seen donation. I've seen it. I'm a living witness because I've seen someone putting £1 million out there. I've seen it. You know, it's not a founder. But what would they use? Oh, bless. Because until when you write that project, because remember, people will be coming with projects and the projects will be spinning. You know, first of all, it's a web application. People will see it all over the world. Those donors, when they go and they read it, something that touched their heart. For instance, someone can say, I'm interested in cancer research. I'm looking, I have money and I want to put it in cancer research. Where do I get it? And when they go and they make search, oh, bless will pop up. They read. They look at it. Wow, there's research. They look at it. What you want to do is good. They pump the money in there. This person is not the founder. That's a donor, right?
Yes.
Now, you as a founder, you are a blessing. That's why I said, Mr. Ashford create us as blessings. That's why he gives you the time and financial freedom for you to go out and bless. You must take it and start. But what type of project do you want to carry? Not only sit back and say, oh, I'll write this, waiting for somebody to give money. Founders are the one and non-founders are the one pumping that money. And remember, there will be millions of how you call it, of projects or whatever you want to call, like events going on across the globe on Obless. Lot of people will be using it. Not only founders, lot will be using it because it's an application. It's a product. You know, they will write it because they want, for instance, people will be running 10K because they want to do, where do they go? They used to use GoFundMe, right? GoFundMe is a product. They write it, put it there, put it on their office. But we are talking about AI-driven Bless application where even you don't know, you can buy and then push traffic there for the world to see, write your project and then put your threshold, how much you want to get and stuff like that. But now, when the moment you write that, I believe what I will do, I will start my project myself. Go, because I'm already a blessing. They have already created me as a blessing. So I will start my own. I have an account to bless. That account is only for blessing, nothing to do with me. The first time I'm revealing it, I've told Brother Oliver, but I've never said it. I have account created for my granddad because I know what he really likes. And I told my uncle, I said, anything come in here will go for good cause, nothing to do with me.
Yes.
I will do that. And I will be going blessing and do what I want to. I will not depend on bless because I know I have an account just to bless. After the tax, everything that remains is for blessing. Now, whatever I want to do, the moment I hit that particular brim, I know, okay, it's too much for me. Then that's when I can write the project and then display what I've done, where I've got stuff. And if somebody like it, the event, I say, oh, I want to help Collins because of that. Put it, not that not everybody will like what you are doing. Not everybody will be affiliated to your project. Yeah. Maybe I want to do something like borehole. Not everybody is interested in borehole. Somebody is interested in maybe children in need and stuff like that. They will not fund your project. They will not contribute. But it's good. It's okay because there will be thousands or millions of events going on, and people will be searching what they like, what really touched them in their heart. That is all blessed. So founders shouldn't say like, because I'm a founder, I'm entitled to. We are not entitled to anything.
Yeah.
We are not entitled to anything. You are a blessing and you need to go out and start do your own thing. And then when you write it and they love it, maybe you are good friends. Those who are, because I don't really, even if it's my friend and my friend is not interested in what I'm doing, so be it. I will not get angry because it's not what you like. Not everything someone is doing, I will like it. Maybe you want to do something, you want to put money on homeless and I don't want it. I'll put it on children in need. I'll put it on those who are blind. I'll put it, everybody has their own thing. God has put our own desire in our heart. And follow your desire rather than blaming others. Oh, I put it because I know what will come. I write my this, you didn't help me, so I will not help you. No, that's not it. You must follow what God has placed in your own heart. Do it. And that is where you will get your blessing. Don't follow the crowd, because I'm someone who don't follow crowd. I don't follow crowd. If the world is going this way, I go the opposite way. As long as I know it is right and it's right before God, I don't follow people.
Yes.
That's me. Even my family know that I don't follow crowd. So we should stop following crowd. Follow your heart.
Yes.
Like Cardinal Newman is a blessing. He said, let your heart speak unto your heart. Yeah. And that's the thing, we always look at it. He said, look, even the Bible always says something, Psalms 90. It said, may God open our eyes and teach us how to number our days so we may gain a heart of wisdom. Solomon asked for wisdom. Solomon never asked for riches. He said, God, give me wisdom to rule your people. And God said, because you've asked for the right thing, I will give you multiply money and everything. We heard that he was the richest man. David never asked for little or less. He said, God, give me what is enough. Don't give me too little, because people will say, where is your God? Maybe your God is not really the God. The God you are serving is not right. He said, don't give me too much, because I will be too boastful and proud. God, take away my pride. Give me only what is enough for me. I think that is what we should be looking at. What is enough for you, and the rest, give it. I spoke to someone, he said, I will not give. A founder. And I said, what did you say? He said, I will not give. Who has ever given me? I said, you know what I want to tell you? You will not live on this planet Earth forever. If you don't give it to the person you want to bless, tax man will take it. And the tax man will take it and give it to the strangers. Remember, if you don't bless anybody, the money is there, you must pay your tax. He said, is that so? I thought I will not pay tax. I said, oh, yes, you will pay tax. Oh, yes. If the money is in your account, you will pay tax or you go to jail yourself. It's not on passive. If you don't bless somebody, tax man will take it and they will give it to strangers. So it's better you start to think about blessing someone, give it. And if you, God forbid, we said you die, because everybody will die, whether we like it or not, that's a destiny. Strangers will take your wealth. You know, whatever you have, somebody will fly. Maybe you are taking maybe business class. Somebody will take private jet. And I can tell a beautiful story here. There was this man in our town, which I will not even say it, but I will just say it. Has this, the man has the car that he will use to go to church. He doesn't use it nowhere. And then has his normal car, the car that goes around, do his own business and everything. When this man died, what happened? The children, they used the car. They never used the car the dad used to use for businesses. They used that beautiful car the dad always preserved. That's where they were using, going around, going into every potholes and everything, and the car damaged instantly.
Oh my God.
So this is what I'm telling you. I'm saying sometimes when you protect things, you lose it.
That's
Let
right.
us always have that mindset of giving, the mindset of blessing, because there is profound joy in blessing. Just imagine if you give somebody a glass of water, and the person sits somewhere and say, may God bless that person, and there is joy in that person. You put smile. How do you feel when you go to bed? You feel so happy and so blessed that you've done something good. And it
Yes.
doesn't take away anything from you. It doesn't take away anything from you. It just makes you so happy, and you feel good about yourself. But once you keep everything and save it, and every time you turn and look at it, you become slave in your own world. Now you are a slave. So, Yvonne, I will leave it there. Take it over.
Brady,
All right.
Brady, Brady, you
Wow.
have
Yeah,
Thank
anything to
you
yes.
say?
so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Collins. This is so wonderful.
Oh my
It's
God.
really simplified everything. Thank you so much. I get to understand a lot more better than what I used to see. Oh, bless you. I had the same mentality with others. Like, wow, oh, bless means that blessing people. I didn't know. I didn't also have the details to what all bless is all about. But thank you so much for simplifying. It makes now a lot of sense. And when always we bless people, the people feel loved. They get this happiness. It brings them good health also. So blessing others is so, so, so important. So, Mr. Collins, honestly, we are so happy to have you on the show again. We are so, so happy because this makes it a lot easier for all of us. It's almost our time of the day. Please, can we all move together because we have Mr. Marty Digamo at 12, and we also have Roblin live at 8 a.m. all Eastern Standard Time. So let's prepare. We can be able to move over to the next show. We want to just thank everybody for making it possible to be here today, sparing out your time to come join us. We really do appreciate. It is not easy. It's actually a very busy moment for everyone, but we are so, so grateful.
Yeah.
Without you guys, there will be no us. We are here for you people. Thank you so much.
We still
Mr.
have some
Yvonne,
time. We have a little bit of time. I think we have about
okay?
10 or 15 more minutes, and then we can move over. It's 11:39, isn't it?
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct.
Yes. Wonderful, wonderful. But thank you so much for bringing that so everybody knows so that we can all move over and support one another. Remember, this is all blessed. All blessed means supporting one another. All blessed means living, supporting us as founders. We are a family. Mr. Mufaras always talks in terms of a family. It is so true. Family is not just who you come from the same womb with. Family is exactly who we are now as brand ambassadors, founders of Unpassive. This is our company. This is our life. This is what is going to help us bless ourselves, our families, and our community. This is where we need to spend our time reading, trying to understand, doing research. If we don't know, we write things down. If you're like me, I'm always with a pen and a paper. Everywhere I go, I'm always with a pen. And if I hear something, I quickly put it down because I know that that thing is going to come handy when time comes. You heard it from our our professional here, Mr. Collins. He talks about gifts, gift, the act of giving. We have been given. more than enough. We were created and put on the earth, and we were given the mandate to dominate every living thing above the earth. And that is what we were created for. And so, what do we then do with all these things? We have to start from doing for ourselves. If start by writing the plan, just like he said, what is it that God has put in you to do for yourself, your family, and others? What can you do for that neighbor who doesn't have food to eat? What can you do for that grandfather, grandmother who is sick at home? Maybe he's a widower, or maybe she's there as a widow. There is nobody to help, and you are there in that community. What can you do? We start by doing it ourselves. If you are planning to build a school, like Mr. Collins said, we have been given different gifts. What you love might not be what I love, because that is the way God made it. But some gifts, they can come together, which we can still stick together to plan together. We start writing those things down. If you're thinking about building a school, have you surveyed? Have you looked at a good site that you can build a school that will be built in a very quiet neighborhood so that the kids can study without being disturbed? Have you started thinking, what else can you, first of all, start? What resources can you bring forth before All Bless comes along? Because All Bless, like he said, is coming along to pick you from where you left, or where you cannot continue. It's not coming to give you, because if they feed you with what you want without you contributing, it goes to waste. You will not know how important that thing is. It is going to crash. You will not know. So we need to do it ourselves. We don't just sit and say, oh bless is coming to bless us. And like he said, we're not going to be competing and comparing. Why did I call, they didn't answer me, or I tendered in my project, they didn't do anything. That is not what it's all about. Can you do it yourself? Think about it. Think about this man, one brain, thinking for everybody. Can you do that? Because if we start bringing forth those complaints, it is just telling about who we are, that we're not going for the good things. We keep complaining about things. First of all, ask yourself, what have I done to deserve where I am today? What have I done? It is respect, high ethical standards that he calls for, love for one another, unity among us, building our own company, loving it, nurturing it, using the products. Because you cannot be selling something out there or introducing somebody to something that you yourself you're not using. And this is the best products whatsoever. And I thank God that I just came into this ball game of IT when these high products, high standard with a good person came up, and now I'm just learning, not even feeling it, that I didn't even know anything about IT. And I am really so grateful. So let us start talking and writing and putting our heads together. If you don't know what to do, call somebody. Call Mr. Collins, call Auntie Lynn, call Briddy, call anybody. Mr. Marty Digamo is there, Chris Johnson. They will help you to start putting down what you need and look around your environment. What is there that I can start to use before I ask for help? Because remember, if you do not help yourself, nobody can help you. If you do not invest in yourself, nobody can invest in you. We take the talents of the Bible, the 3 talents. These people were looking for ways to expand themselves. What happened? God came to their aid and gave them different talents to go and invest it. He gave the other one 5 talents, gave the other one, I think it's 3 talents, gave the other one 1 talent, and said, go and bless them. Go and invest these talents. What he was saying in essence is take action, no matter how small those actions are, no matter how many times you fail, because failure is part of the process. Failure is part of succeeding. God never took one day to create me, you and I. He took his time, planned it, take a look at it, created the man, and then in turn took the rib out of the man and created the woman, because he planned it. So when these talents came, God gave it to them and said, go and multiply, go and sow the seeds and nurture it and plant it so that you can also bless others. The one with the 5 talents went and invested it and came out with 10, multiplied it. The other one with 3 went and sowed it and multiplied and came with 6. The one with 1, what did he do? He took it and buried it. He was consumed by fear. He was consumed by doubt, self-doubt. He was consumed by greed. He was consumed by a lot of baggages, negative baggages that were not good for anybody. And he buried it. And when God asked, what did you do? He said, I was afraid. I brought it back. God said, the first time, I hate you. Now you are trying to destroy. He took it from that one who did not multiply it and gave it to the other one. That means if you, even in our own human society, money follows money, goodness follows goodness. Every day we see it. This is exactly what we should be doing, like Mr. Colling has said, and Briddy. This is what we should be doing. Let us try to really work on our attitude, because the attitude is what is going to kill us here. It's already there. We see it already in unpassive. And Mr. Ashmufara, we are here as his ears and eyes. We are here to make sure that we pick up where he left so that he can keep going higher, to create higher, so we keep following. And in order to do that, we have to start doing it for ourselves. For me, I would say, oh, blessed should be even given to outsiders more than us, because we have already been blessed. We are founders. We have the founder's position. Like Mr. Collins said, he created an account just to help people. That is what we all should be doing. Somebody like me who was given an education to lead me to freedom and success. That is why I can stand here today to speak to dignitaries like you guys, to interact with you people, because I was given something that a lot of kids were not given. And because of that, I want to be able to build schools. So I dedicated 2 accounts to build those schools. I dedicated 2 accounts for the young woman that is out there confused, not knowing what to do, either by choice or by the choice of other people. But we are here as founders. We are blessed and highly favored to do the best. Let us take this mantle, this touch, this flashlight to the wall, for everybody to see that when somebody turns around, they look ahead, they look at their side, they turn and even look behind. It's unpassive ambassadors. It's unpassive that is blessing them. Unpassive. Let us make it a household name, like our CEO has said. By doing good, not just making it because you're gonna say, "Oh, look at me! Look at me! I'm here. I'm driving this car. I am here. I look at me. I'm wearing this. I am this." No, no, no. Just the way he's doing. Moral, high moral, ethical standard that comes from the heart. Giving, a kind of giving that comes from the heart. We are blessed and highly favored. We need to take this and run with it before we depart the stage of life into the realm of the supernatural. And I don't want to take what I have in me to the cemetery. I want to rob the cemetery so that the cemetery will have nothing to take from me. I will give it here in this life, because what you and I can leave behind is goodness. Goodness that comes from the heart. It's contribution. It's giving. It makes me happy. Not even the person that I'm giving it to. It makes me happy first, because the Bible says, to him or her that much has been given, much, much more is required. I say this with tears because I have been given too much in my life, that it would be my fault if I do not give this to others. It will really be my fault. And God continues to give every day into my life, through people like Briddy, through people like Collins, through people like Angeline. And these people have been brought together by Mr. Ashmufara, through people like Marty Digamo that I track every day to see what he's doing, through people like Chris Johnson, through a lot of us. We are here for one another. Nobody knows it all. It is only coming together. Don't be afraid to ask. For me, I'm not afraid. I can come to you, not answering my question today. I will still be behind you, because I know that if you don't answer today, maybe you are not feeling well, or maybe you are hungry. What can I do that I will help you to be able to answer those questions for me? That is exactly what I would do. And that is what my grandmother taught me. I will be behind you until my questions are answered. I'm sure Collins can testify. Mr. Martin Digamo can testify. Briddy, you can testify, because I'm not leaving any stone unturned. Because if you leave this earth with what God has given you to give to others and you go back, they're going to drive you. God will send you away from the gate of heaven. I'm telling you, and I want to enter heaven. Heaven can be anywhere, and heaven is right here on earth. It's nowhere. We all want to be happy. We all want our communities to be happy. We need to start going to the prisons to help in the prisons. We need to start going to orphanages. We need to start going to schools to see what we can help. We need to, somebody is establishing a business. Maybe they don't have, like you give the example of William, 400 children for one person, and he's doing those by himself. And you and I are here. We need to do that, because when you invest in William and those children, that is how God blesses you, because God sees you through the eyes of an innocent child. That is why children are so dear to my heart. And I thank God for this. I've been looking for this kind of platform, these kind of people for all my life. I've been looking for them all my life. I've spent money here and there, but I didn't get it. But now I got it. I can be able to do that by myself. Thank you guys so much. I see the beautiful comments. Thank you so much. I'm going to let Collins end this show. But remember, like Briddy said, we have Mati Digamo in less than 9 minutes from here. Let us all move over there and support him. He's at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thereafter, we have the heroes. Let us go there. You see that man right there, Collins, is going to be there talking again. Let us go there and get a double dose of what he's going to be saying today, among others. That one is at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Roblin Live, our Auntie Lynn, we are behind you. You are at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to be doing this so that we move from one place to the other, because we are a family to support one another. I will leave it at that point so that I can rush to the airport. Collins, give your blessings. Final word for you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. That was a really good message. Yeah, as I've really enjoyed the show today, which was really nice. I can't ask for for anything more. But I will leave us with this phrase from Mr. Ash Mofara, that we will be remembered for what we give than what we own. And he said again, I want to leave this world in a better way than I came into it. Now it's up to us if we want to leave this world in a better way than we come to it. They have selected 1.5, 1.4 million of us as brand ambassador to go out and do good, save humanity. Let us learn to replicate ourselves tenfold, replicate ourselves tenfold, because that's the only thing that can bring this profound joy in our heart. Let us not follow the crowd. Follow what God has placed in your heart. That is the thing. The moment you follow the crowd, then you've missed the plot. Sleep. When you go to your bed, ask yourself, God, what do you really want for me? Assign me, show me your way. Show me, teach me, and open my eyes to see what I need to do. By that way, you will follow his own way. And when you are doing it, you're doing it with joy and love. Don't follow the crowd. That's the only thing I would say. Do it and do it with joy. Because when you are giving something with joy, that comes from your heart. There is nothing bigger than that. So I want to thank you. Thank you, Sister Yvonne, and really for inviting me. And
Yes,
see
thank you
you
so much.
again.
Thank you. Thank you. Stay focused,
Thank you,
stay encouraged,
everyone. Thank
stay
you.
empowered, and always believe in endless possibilities. Thank you guys so much. And I love you. I have to go. Bye bye. I love you
Bye.
all.
Bye. Love you all.